Dude, that is sick.
That's a sweet shot, man.
Sick. So I want to show you guys what the paint looks like, kind of a before and after. You can see it just as plain as day, the dull over here than the shiny part. So that is literally nothing more than the yellow pad on this. So this whole car was chalky just like that. Now guys, we're not doing a full restoration on the paint. We're just running the yellow pad over this thing, but take a look at the damn difference. Crusty, pasty, right? Look at that. Oh my God. Burton, this don't look good.
You can already feel it. You can feel it in the paint.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Show them what you're using here. So we're using the Roots polisher with a yellow pad. It used to be yellow until all your white paint came off.
Yeah.
And then the yellow compound.
Yep.
Andrew, what they want to know what you thought about your hairstyle.
I thought it was badass. I'm thinking about cutting it like it. I have more hair in the middle than Neo got on the side.
Oh, no you didn't
Don't
just
put
say
that in the
that.
video.
I'm pretty sure he's got knockout power.
Yep.
Looking good?
Alright.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna show you guys a quick little tip on stuff like this. You don't want to tape everything off and completely spray it.
Yep.
Kind of saturate it. We'll come in and basically just kind of rub this on. And it'll darken up your trim without getting a bunch of overspray everywhere. If you're really good, which I'm probably not today. Almost. So, that's a good way to darken your trim up.
It's pretty good from here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. What we're doing right now is just quick little tips and tricks that you can do to your car. Showing you some stuff, obviously touch up paint. This car needs to be painted anyway, so what we're doing is just going in with, we've got a Milwaukee paint pen that happens to be white, and we're using that to touch up the spot. So you stand right here showing the car. What you don't see probably on camera unless you look hard is there was a huge scratch there, and all this up here was yellow before. So just went in with a paint pen and just kind of touched it up. I mean, it works. So
Look at the Brutal Well vlogs where we're drinking beer and
touch it up. Yeah. I'm just going to show you. Look, we got to have a disclaimer here. First off, we're just playing with this car at the moment. We're not trying to do any type of actual restoration. We're just going to make it look good, and I'm going to prove it to you with the video. So rather than getting into painting all this trim here, what do you notice here? You notice this spot and this spot. So here's a quick tip for you guys. Do something like this. You can get a full towel, which would be better. Just put it in between. Let's see if I can do this without, like that. Right?
hit the door.
Block the window, block this, and then just start misting the paint on, okay? There again, we're gonna repaint this whole car. All we're doing right now is just blending. I'm not gonna go any further than that. So I'll step back there, Andrew, and show them. Now you don't see it, right? Now it's still wet, of course, but you don't see the bad spots.
He got the dragon breath.
I'm doing your job over here, Andrew.
He got hot breath, man.
All right, so there you go. So you step back from a distance, right, and you don't notice it. Sometimes guys just want their car to look a little better. We went around with paint pens, spray paint, a buffer on paint that needs to be repainted. Yeah. But are you not happier now with the car?
I'm stoked with it.
And see, guys, that's all that matters. He's happy now with the car. Little
Just
things
present.
like this won't stand out. That's right. So I don't care what anybody tells you. Do whatever you can afford to do or whatever your skill set is. Just go ahead and get out there and get after it. Little stuff like this adds up. What you guys didn't see before is all of this was almost black. I think I have a video of it. I'll put it up. And we went in with oven cleaner. This stuff right here. It's the strongest stuff that we've got. Put it on a rag, actually a Scotch-Brite pad with this, and got the majority of that off. So, just little things like that.
Boy, what is that? I can't stop looking. Look at it on camera. Come over here and look at it.
Let's see.
God
It does
almighty.
look good. It does.
That Joker looks good, man.
So
that's a bad boy.
But the whole point here is enjoy what it is you have. Look at this. Crazy.
Transform.
Yep. Dude, that is sick.
That's a sweet shot, man.
Sick. Really, you think that's funny, Andrew?
Well, I didn't do that.
Yes, you did.
What makes you think that I did? That was Berger. No.
I'm as excited as we were when we painted the car, like your car, my car, and the reason is this. How long have you had this car?
Since like 2016.
2016. About how many miles did you put on this thing before you did the supercharger and all that?
Maybe 20.
So maybe 20 miles. Here's what I want to say. I'm so happy for him that this car is now back on the road again. And you know, originally this car was turbocharged. Well, originally it was stock.
Yeah. But
they turboed the car and had head gasket issues. Couldn't figure out what it was. Wasn't sure. We brought the car over earlier this year. We put the supercharger on it, and then that changed everything. So at that point, he started driving the car more. And since then, we have just made small changes. Y'all worked your ass off on the interior. It looks so much better. This car it's not done yet. What we did earlier, we went around, touched up some bad spots on it. It's completely transformed the way this car looks. It is now a looker. If this car drove by you, you would want to look at it.
Yeah, I'd look for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, when you hear it and then you step back and you see this thing, it looks good. The cool thing about it is it's very similar. If you guys know the Fox Chamber, it's similar to like his setup, and that is such a good looking car that he's got.
He does have a really good looking car.
He does, and it's an iconic look. A white car with chrome Salines, 18-inch chrome Salines. You cannot go wrong. Now he is gonna get. He ordered his caster camber plates last night, so the caster camber plates will go on this thing. He's gonna get it lined up here pretty soon. But yeah, there it is. And we're calling this car, we're calling it Joe Dirt. I think everybody agrees because it's kind of an inside
buy
joke.
It from an auto trader.
Yeah. So the deal here is the car was in shambles kind of to start with, so that's part of the name. And then also Joe Car is in the dirt, bro. So like, I mean, it's corny, I get it, but at the same time, this is Joe Dirt, so that's what we're going to refer to, and it's going to be so clean here soon. So the plan here, we'll go ahead and tell you guys, the plan is to do Arctic White up top, which is the same color as Andrew's car, and then Iconic Silver, which is that silver right there on the bottom. It will be two-toned. I think it's going to look absolutely awesome. Yep. He's done an awesome job on the interior of this thing already, so all that's already done. So, well, you guys really can't see it, but the interior looks so much better. Got some new seats, re-dyed everything. It looks awesome. That's old school with the towels, and I can appreciate that. That's old school stuff.
They keep them clean.
It does. Another thing that I want to cover is this car now has 355 gears in it. Now, they drove the car earlier and forgot the video. No problem, I was at work. We're not going to go drive the car tonight and try to video this. So what were your thoughts on the gears? Could you tell a difference?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it seems a lot. The car seems a lot happier, and it definitely had a little bit more pep to it. So before, it would spin if you nailed second, but from what I remember, if you rolled into second slow enough, kind of try to hook a little bit, and now it's wanting to blow the tires off. So we will come back to this and we'll talk about it. We'll do a ride along. There's a couple things you need to adjust. I think the idle, you're not happy with that, so he's going to adjust on the idle on this car. But we will go for a ride, and these 355s are going to wake this car up, probably as much as a set of heads would. Okay, so how does the car drive? Drives great.
Yeah. So it's slammed, obviously. I mean, this thing is level. It looks money.
It don't rub at all.
Yeah,
we ended up
one rub, man.
not one rub.
One rub.
My car rubs.
Yeah, he did a full U-turn, lock to lock with 265s in the front, and I say not one rub. It barely touched. Like,
wow.
You could just we had to be listening for it with the radio off and all. It
So
barely touched.
So no rubbing for the most part to speak of. Did y'all put the 3mm spacer up front?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So he's got the spacer up front, 3mm. That looks actually really good, by the way.
It's got 5/16 in the back.
And a 5/16 in the back. That's what makes it look so much better now. So like I said, I've been at work, so they've been kind of working on this thing. It looks so good, man.
And we had to massage the fender well.
Yeah.
We did it very gently. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do to get these big tires on. So if you guys haven't seen that, we basically just have to tap.
They're
on the inside of
$295,
it.
so I actually thought they were going to be a lot tighter of a fit than they were. Yeah. They're really, man, with a 5/16, we could put more spacer on it if we had more stud.
He didn't say it.
I just want to let Jeff Davis know that this is his ass. just so he knows, you better get that 69 Camaro ready. He needs some seat time.
Yep. So stepdaddy better get ready, right? All right. So you say you got brakes now.
Yep.
So I think there was an issue with one of your calipers.
Yeah, and the
rear drum.
right rear was locked up.
I'm so glad. I'm proud of these two because they've done the majority of the work. Real fast, I'm not going to stay on this topic because we may do a whole nother video on it. Cars like this, something we talked about earlier. Cars like this are so fun to work on, or to clean up, I should say. So like if you want to go out like a night on the town, right? They're young guys. They want to hit the town on a Friday night. This car, it matters how you clean it up. You know what I mean? Like, as you clean this thing up, you can see the difference that it makes. Touching up little scratches, touching up little issues. So back in the day, I had a car that had some faded clear coat on the wheels, right? So the powder coat was starting to kind of fade and get crusty. So I would put Armor All over the rim, and for that night only, that thing looked brand new. It looked awesome. And this car's kind of the same way, right? There's trim and things like that you can wipe down with, say, like an Armor All or some type of, like a tire shine, if you will, and make this thing pop. Now, will that last? No, it won't last, but it'll get you through the night or wherever you're going, to a meet or something like that, and it looked good. A new car, look, if it's dirty, all you gotta do is wash it. You don't do that with this. Michael and Andrew, seriously, I'm proud of both of y'all. I tell y'all all the time, and I mean it. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all are going to carry the torch, because one day I'm not going to do this anymore. I'll have y'all working on my stuff.
My back.
But seriously, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm just really proud of the guys. This is kind of a different video the way we're shooting it right now, but it's not much we can do, as you can see.
But the roads are soaked.
Yeah, we're going to just do what we got to do tonight, guys. But I can't stop looking at this car. And that's no joke. I mean, we have sat around for 2 days.
It may just look like another FoxBody to them, but they haven't put the work in.
That's a good point.
People haven't put the work in and seen how far the car's come, you know.
Exactly. What Andrew said is a good point. Because
I'm guilty of it too.
Yeah, I can see you guys doing that, but like I don't understand. It's a white GT with 18-inch Saleen wheels. It's the transformation this car has made and the hard work that they have put into it. And some of the just like, it's not even so much the hard work. I mean, that's part of it, obviously, but it's the little things too that you do to touch things up and just make it presentable.
Yeah.
You know, all this molding down here was pretty much black a couple of days ago. There was spots up here where somebody had put the door trim, you know, and things like that. We went in and touched all those spots up so that when you step back, the car looks good. So I completely agree with you, Andrew. You guys got to respect the hustle here.
I'm guilty of it too, man. You go to a show and see a nice car, and it's like you almost
numb to it now.
Yeah, you're almost numb to it, you know.
Yep.
You go and you're like, man, that's a super clean FoxBody, and
you've seen a million
unless you
of
talk to the guy that owned the car, you don't get an appreciation.
Well, a good example will be the guy with the silver LX that we ran across. You know, that's a super clean car, but when you hear his story, you really understand and appreciate it. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. We're gonna look at the car and drool over it and all that stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, thanks for watching.